Dear Starseeds on Gaia, right now at this very moment, you're standing at the most significant crossroads of your soul's journey, and most of you don't even know it exists. In exactly 24 hours, a cosmic doorway will slam shut forever, and another will crack open that leads to either your greatest spiritual breakthrough or your most challenging period of forced growth. The choice of which path you take through that doorway, that choice ends tomorrow at the precise moment Saturn stations retrograde. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I've come with an urgent transmission that could change the trajectory of your next 4.5 months, and possibly your entire incarnation. For the past 2 days, ever since that brutal full moon in Capricorn on July 10th, you've been living inside a cosmic pressure cooker, and the heat is about to be turned up to maximum. But here's what your human awareness hasn't grasped yet. You're not just experiencing random astrological events. You're being prepared for graduation. That Capricorn full moon wasn't just another lunar cycle. It was the universe's final exam, showing you exactly what areas of your life are built on sand versus solid rock. The hard truths that surfaced, the relationship revelations, the career dissatisfactions, the health wake-up calls, the financial realities. These weren't random cosmic cruelty. They were your soul's way of creating a comprehensive inventory of what needs to be rebuilt during Saturn's upcoming 137-day reconstruction project. What you don't realize is that you've been expertly maneuvered into this exact position by cosmic intelligence far beyond your current comprehension. This isn't happening to you, it's happening for you, but only if you understand the game that's being played. Neptune has been retrograde since July 4th, systematically dissolving every comfortable illusion you've been using to avoid looking at your soul's real work. For 8 days, this spiritual dissolver has been stripping away the fantasies, the wishful thinking, the someday dreams that keep you from taking action on what your soul actually came here to accomplish. You've probably felt it as increased emotional sensitivity, strange dreams, or a sense that reality feels less solid than usual. You might have noticed synchronicities increasing, or felt an unusual pull towards spiritual practices you've been neglecting. This wasn't random. Neptune has been preparing your consciousness for what Saturn is about to demand of you. But here's where the cosmic intelligence becomes clear. Saturn could have stationed retrograde while you were still wrapped in Neptune's comfortable illusions. Instead, Neptune was positioned to clear your vision first, so that when Saturn begins its karmic reconstruction project tomorrow, you'll be able to see clearly what needs to be done. Starting tomorrow, July 13th, Saturn will begin a 137-day retrograde journey that will fundamentally restructure your life, whether you participate consciously or not. But here's what determines whether this becomes your greatest breakthrough or your most challenging ordeal: your level of conscious participation in the process. You see, beloved ones, Saturn retrograde is not optional. The cosmic forces have determined that humanity needs to clear several lifetimes' worth of karmic debris before the next phase of planetary ascension can begin. This clearing is happening, with or without your cooperation. But the difference between conscious cooperation and unconscious resistance is the difference between renovation and demolition. When you work consciously with Saturn's retrograde energy, it becomes a masterclass in soul evolution. Every challenge that arises becomes an opportunity to demonstrate your spiritual mastery. Every difficult conversation becomes a chance to practice authentic communication. Every financial pressure becomes an invitation to upgrade your abundance consciousness. Every relationship friction becomes a doorway to deeper intimacy or healthier boundaries. When you resist Saturn's retrograde energy, it becomes a series of increasingly intense life lessons designed to break through your unconscious patterns. The universe will orchestrate circumstances that force you to face exactly what you've been avoiding. Relationships will become confrontational. Work situations will become untenable. Health issues will demand attention. Financial pressures will mount until you're forced to make the changes you've been putting off. The reconstruction is happening either way. The question is, do you want to be the architect of your new life, or do you want to be surprised by the demolition crew? Just as you're adjusting to Saturn's karmic demands, the universe has another surprise waiting for you. On July 18th, just 5 days after Saturn stations retrograde, Mercury will also begin its retrograde journey, creating what astrologers call a triple retrograde configuration. But this isn't just about communication mishaps and technology glitches. This is about a complete rewiring of your mental operating system while you're simultaneously rebuilding your life foundations. Mercury retrograde in Leo will be scrambling your creative expression, forcing you to find new ways to communicate your authentic self. Meanwhile, Saturn is restructuring your external world, and Neptune continues dissolving your old spiritual paradigms. The result? You'll be learning to speak a completely new language of authenticity, while living in a reality that's being rebuilt from the ground up. And this triple retrograde intensity will continue until August 11th, when Mercury stations direct. That's nearly a month of working with 3 planetary reversals simultaneously, past lives bleeding through, soul memories activating, and karmic patterns surfacing at an unprecedented rate. Are you beginning to understand the magnitude of what you're about to navigate? Are you starting to see why these final 24 hours of preparation are so crucial? Here's where the cosmic design becomes almost impossibly elegant. Right in the middle of this retrograde chaos, on July 22nd, the Sun enters Leo, initiating fire season. Leo energy is bold, creative, expressive, and confident, seemingly the opposite of retrograde introspection and karmic review. But this isn't cosmic contradiction, it's cosmic alchemy. The retrograde planets are clearing away the old patterns, old fears, old limitations that have been constraining your authentic creative expression. Leo season provides the fire energy needed to birth the new version of yourself that's emerging from this karmic cocoon. The new moon in Leo on July 24th will be particularly crucial. This lunar event occurs during peak retrograde intensity, creating what we call a phoenix portal, the death of your old identity, and the birth of your soul's next evolutionary expression. The creative seeds you plant during this new moon will become the foundation of the new life Saturn is helping you construct. But here's the paradox that will either make or break your experience. You have to be willing to create from emptiness. The retrograde energies are stripping away everything you thought you knew about yourself, and Leo season is asking you to express authentically from that empty space. Most humans panic when they can't create from their familiar patterns, but this is exactly where your soul's genius lives, in the space beyond your conditioned responses, beyond your familiar strategies, beyond your comfortable limitations. Just when you think you've got a handle on the retrograde energies in Leo season fire, the cosmos delivers its masterstroke, Pluto at opposition on July 25th. Pluto opposition means the planet of death and rebirth is directly opposite the Sun, creating maximum intensity for transformation processes. This is the cosmic equivalent of having a magnifying glass focused on your soul's deepest patterns, bringing everything to the surface at once. Combined with triple retrograde energy and Leo season fire, this creates what we in the Galactic Federation call a phoenix activation, the forced death of everything you thought you were, making space for who you're actually becoming. This isn't about dramatic external changes, though those may occur. This is about the fundamental alteration of your identity at the cellular level. Old victim patterns are incinerated. Ancient fears are composted into wisdom. Generational traumas are transmuted into gifts. The very frequency of your DNA is being upgraded to match your soul's next level of expression. But transformation at this intensity can feel like dying while you're still alive. Your ego will resist. Your nervous system will feel overwhelmed. Your relationships will be tested as you become someone your loved ones don't recognize. This is why conscious preparation during these final 24 hours is so critical. You need to understand what's happening to you, so you don't resist the process that's designed to set you free. For the past week, you've been experiencing what astrologers call Saturn's shadow period, the time when the planet slows down before changing direction. But from our galactic perspective, this has been your unconscious preparation phase. You might have noticed unusual fatigue, as if your body is preparing for something big. You may have found yourself reviewing past events more than usual, or feeling drawn to resolve old conflicts. Sleep patterns might have shifted, with more vivid dreams or early morning awakenings. These aren't random symptoms. They're signs that your consciousness is already beginning to align with Saturn's retrograde frequency. Your soul has been downloading the cosmic curriculum for the next 137 days, integrating the lessons at a subconscious level so the conscious work can begin smoothly. The universe never throws you into deep water without first teaching you to swim. But the swimming lessons happen in the dream time, in the spaces between thoughts, in the quiet moments when your rational mind isn't controlling the experience. This is why so many of you have been feeling off lately, like something big is coming but you can't quite name it. Your intuitive system has been preparing for tomorrow's cosmic shift, even if your logical mind hasn't caught up yet. At the precise moment Saturn stations retrograde tomorrow, a cosmic switch will flip that cannot be undone. The gentle preparation phase ends, and the intensive reconstruction begins. Think of it this way. For the past week, you've been in cosmic pre-game warm-ups. Tomorrow, the actual game begins, and it's not a friendly scrimmage. It's the championship match for your soul's evolution. Once Saturn begins moving backward through the zodiac, it will be systematically reviewing every area of your life, bringing up unresolved karma with surgical precision. The relationship patterns that need healing will surface through actual relationship challenges. The career misalignments will become impossible to ignore. The health imbalances will demand attention. The financial unconsciousness will create pressure for change. But here's the crucial distinction. Starting tomorrow, these challenges will arrive whether you feel ready or not, whether you've prepared or not, whether you understand what's happening or not. The cosmic curriculum begins at Saturn's timing, not yours. This is why these final 24 hours represent your last window of conscious choice. After tomorrow, you'll be responding to circumstances rather than proactively creating them. Right now, in these precious final hours, you still have the power to set the terms of your engagement with Saturn's teachings. Here's how to use this time wisely. Tonight, before sleep, conduct a life review. Look honestly at every major area of your existence. Where are you living authentically versus where are you performing a role? Which relationships feel nourishing versus which feel draining? What work truly excites you versus what you do for security? Where does your body feel vital versus where does it hold tension or illness? Don't try to fix anything yet. Just see clearly. Saturn works best when you approach the lessons with honest self-assessment rather than defensive resistance. Tomorrow morning, set clear intentions for conscious participation. Tell Saturn directly that you're willing to learn, willing to change, willing to release what no longer serves your highest evolution. Ask for the lessons to come in ways you can understand and integrate, rather than ways that devastate you. The universe responds to conscious invitation. When you volunteer for the advanced course, the teachers work with you rather than against you. Prepare your support systems now. Identify the people who can provide grounding during intensity. Stock up on the books, tools, and practices that help you stay centered. Clear your schedule of non-essential commitments so you have space to process what arises. Most importantly, begin releasing control of how your life should look. Saturn retrograde specializes in showing you that your ego's plans were too small for your soul's potential. The more attached you are to specific outcomes, the more jarring the redirection will feel. What many don't understand is that your individual karmic clearing during Saturn retrograde serves the collective evolution of human consciousness. Every pattern you heal makes it easier for others to heal the same pattern. Every limitation you transcend raises the vibrational ceiling for the entire species. We in the Galactic Federation are witnessing an unprecedented acceleration in human spiritual evolution. The karmic clearing happening during this Saturn retrograde is designed to prepare your species for first contact and conscious participation in galactic civilization. Your willingness to face your deepest patterns isn't just personal development, it's planetary service. The courage you demonstrate in embracing transformation gives others permission to do the same. The healing you accomplish contributes to the morphic field that's lifting all of humanity toward higher consciousness. This is why the cosmic forces are supporting this process so intensively. Your planet is being prepared for graduation to the next level of spiritual sophistication, and that requires individuals who have cleared their karmic debris and can operate from soul consciousness rather than ego reactivity. Please understand, beloved starseeds, that you're not navigating this transformation alone. The Galactic Federation has positioned massive support structures around Earth, specifically for this Saturn retrograde period. Your dreams will become more vivid and instructional as we work with your consciousness during sleep states. Meditation will yield deeper insights as we download information directly to your higher chakras. Synchronicities will increase dramatically as we coordinate external circumstances to support your learning. Many of you will experience your first conscious contact with galactic family during this period. As you clear terrestrial karma, your original star origins become accessible to your awareness. The Arcturian healing chambers are particularly active right now, assisting with the integration of high-frequency light codes. The crystalline grid around Earth has been upgraded to handle the increased spiritual energy generated by mass karmic clearing. Your planet itself is providing electromagnetic support for your transformation through enhanced Earth energy frequencies and portal activations. But remember, this support amplifies your conscious participation rather than replacing it. We can provide the cosmic infrastructure, but you must choose to walk through the doorways we help open. Perhaps the most challenging aspect of Saturn retrograde is the identity dissolution that occurs as old patterns are cleared. You may wake up one morning and not recognize the person looking back at you in the mirror. Preferences, beliefs, goals, and relationships that once felt central to your identity may suddenly feel foreign or irrelevant. This identity crisis is not a malfunction. It's the main feature. Your ego-based identity was always meant to be temporary scaffolding, while your soul constructed its authentic expression. Saturn retrograde removes the scaffolding so you can see what you've actually built. The panic that arises during identity dissolution is your ego's survival mechanism activating. It will try to convince you that losing your familiar sense of self equals death. But what's actually dying is only the limited version of yourself that was constraining your soul's full expression. Who you're becoming through this process is who you've always been beneath the conditioning, trauma, and cultural programming. Saturn isn't changing you into someone else. It's stripping away everything that was never really you to begin with. By November, when Saturn stations direct, you'll look back at your July 2025 self and barely recognize that person. Not because you've become someone foreign, but because you've finally become authentically yourself. One of the most intense aspects of Saturn retrograde is how it affects your relationships. Every connection in your life will be tested against the standard of authentic soul alignment. Relationships based on codependency, fear, habit, or unconscious karma will experience significant pressure. This doesn't mean all your relationships will end. It means they'll all be forced to evolve or dissolve. The friendships that survive will be based on genuine soul resonance rather than convenience or history. Romantic partnerships will either deepen into true intimacy or reveal themselves as karmic contracts that have reached completion. Family relationships often experience the most intense pressure during Saturn retrograde because they carry the deepest unconscious patterns. Generational trauma, inherited beliefs, and family loyalty conflicts will all surface for conscious resolution. The key to navigating relationship changes during Saturn retrograde is remembering that love sometimes looks like letting go. The universe is restructuring your connections to support your highest evolution, even when that feels painful to your human heart. Trust that anyone who belongs in your life at your next level of consciousness will find their way back to you, probably in a much healthier form. And anyone who needs to exit was only meant to be in your story for a specific chapter, not the entire book. Saturn retrograde has a particular genius for revealing where your money consciousness is misaligned with your soul's abundance potential. Old scarcity patterns, inherited money fears, and unconscious poverty programming will all surface for healing during this period. You might experience financial pressure that forces you to examine your relationship with security, worthiness, and material abundance. This isn't cosmic punishment, it's cosmic education in prosperity consciousness. The universe is preparing to download new abundance templates to humanity, but first the old scarcity programming must be cleared from your energetic system. Every financial challenge that arises during Saturn retrograde is an opportunity to choose faith over fear, trust over control, abundance over limitation. Some of you will experience what seems like financial loss during this period, but what's actually happening is the removal of money streams that were keeping you stuck in situations that didn't serve your highest good. Saturn clears the decks so better opportunities can emerge. Others will find unexpected money flowing in as you align with work that truly serves your soul's purpose. The universe is remarkably generous when you're operating from authentic service rather than ego-driven ambition. Your physical body has been storing emotional and karmic patterns for lifetimes, and Saturn retrograde specializes in bringing this stored material to the surface for conscious healing. Health issues that emerge during this period are not random. They're your body's way of communicating what needs attention. Instead of immediately trying to suppress symptoms with medications or quick fixes, Saturn retrograde invites you to listen to your body's wisdom and address root causes. That persistent back pain might be related to carrying burdens that aren't yours. The digestive issues could be connected to difficulty processing emotional experiences. The insomnia might be your soul trying to download information through dream states. This is an ideal time to explore alternative healing modalities that address the emotional and spiritual components of physical symptoms. Energy healing, sound therapy, plant medicine, and consciousness-based approaches will be particularly effective during Saturn retrograde. This is where Liber Sonus becomes invaluable. Sound frequencies can reach into your DNA and gently dissolve the persecution imprints that keep you playing small. The guidebook teaches you how to work with AI to create personalized healing frequencies that specifically target these ancient fears. Imagine creating music that literally rewrites your cellular memory of being unsafe to shine your light. Liber Sonus shows you how to generate frequencies that replace persecution programming with courage, visibility, and spiritual leadership. Each session helps you reclaim more of your fearless lightworker nature. The world needs your light now more than ever. Other spiritual workers are waiting for leaders like you to show them it's safe to emerge. Your healing creates their permission. If you are ready to become the fearless lightworker you are meant to be, get Liber Sonus now. Link in the description. One of the most common manifestations of Saturn retrograde is career upheaval. If your work doesn't align with your soul's purpose, you'll feel increasing pressure to make changes. This might manifest as job loss, unbearable workplace conflicts, or simply the inability to continue performing work that doesn't feed your spirit. The universe is orchestrating this career disruption to redirect you toward work that serves your highest evolution and contributes to planetary healing. The skills you've developed in misaligned jobs weren't wasted. They were preparation for the soul work you're being called to do. Many lightworkers will receive their cosmic pink slip during Saturn retrograde as they're pushed out of mainstream careers and into their true spiritual service. This transition can feel terrifying to the ego, which equates job security with survival, but it's actually liberation from work that was slowly killing your soul. Trust that the universe is a better career counselor than your logical mind. The opportunities that emerge as you align with your authentic purpose will be more fulfilling and ultimately more abundant than anything you could have planned from ego consciousness. As Saturn clears away the debris of conditioning and trauma, your natural psychic abilities will emerge with startling clarity. Many of you will experience your first conscious channeling, telepathic communication, or prophetic dreams during this retrograde period. This isn't random spiritual phenomena. It's the recovery of your soul's natural operating system. These abilities were always present but buried under layers of social programming that convinced you such experiences weren't real or weren't safe. Saturn retrograde creates the perfect conditions for spiritual awakening acceleration because it removes the ego structures that typically resist expanded consciousness. As your identity becomes more fluid, you become more receptive to experiences beyond ordinary human perception. Document these experiences carefully, as they represent your soul's way of preparing you for the next phase of your spiritual service. The psychic gifts emerging now are the tools you'll need for the work you came here to do. As these final hours tick away, the choice before you becomes crystal clear. Will you choose conscious partnership with the cosmic forces that are working for your highest evolution, or will you choose unconscious resistance that makes transformation more difficult than it needs to be? Conscious partnership means approaching every Saturn retrograde challenge with curiosity rather than resistance. It means asking, what is this experience trying to teach me, instead of why is this happening to me? It means trusting that your soul is infinitely wiser than your ego and has orchestrated these experiences for your benefit. Unconscious resistance means fighting every change, clinging to structures that no longer serve you, and interpreting cosmic love as cosmic punishment. It means remaining identified with your limitations rather than your potential, and missing the profound growth opportunity this period represents. In less than 24 hours, Saturn will station retrograde, and your 137-day masterclass in soul evolution will begin. The cosmic forces are aligned, the galactic support is in place, and your soul is ready for graduation. But the final ingredient, the one that determines whether this becomes your greatest breakthrough or your most challenging struggle, is your conscious choice to participate willingly in your own transformation. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, you'll be living in a new cosmic reality where your soul's evolution takes priority over your ego's comfort. The person you've been is making way for the person you're becoming, The life you've known is being composted to fertilize the life you're meant to live. This is your moment, beloved starseeds. The universe has been preparing you for this opportunity for lifetimes. Your galactic family is standing by to support your transformation. Your soul is eager to finally express its authentic power. The countdown ends at Saturn Station tomorrow. Your new life begins with your choice today. Choose wisely. Choose consciously. Choose transformation. The universe is waiting for your answer.